Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to some more Fan Fridays. So we're already in the middle of this battle, but when we see a Shedinja on Fan Fridays, we know things are going to get crazy, especially when it doesn't even seem like the levels matter at this point. We have a level 20 Shedinja. We have a level 45 Cofagrigus. What is going on? Well, Shadow Sneak from the Shedinja onto the Cofagrigus for the Mummy setup. I haven't seen that one before. Okay, so things are just going to get nuts right now. So, Shedinja survives Shadow Claw. I don't really think it matters what the Shedinja is doing, but hey, it's going to survive with the Focus Sash, and has Mummy transferring over to the Gengar. So now there's just Mummy all over the place, and Cofagrigus throws down the Trick Room. We have some explaining to do after this battle, because when I first saw the team setup, I said, can you use Mummy to remove the Wonder Guard? And apparently you can. So Shedinja will take this turn to protect after we get that Trick Room down. Cofagrigus uses Shadow Ball. I thought this would be the switch turn into the Carbink, because that seems like it would make the most sense, but no. Gonna go and take down the whatever we can right now with that Gengar. Then Night Slash on the Cofagrigus will be enough to take it down as well. So having the lower level Cofagrigus bulky enough to survive to set up the Trick Room, but also just not bulky enough to survive other moves. And hey, it's actually a Battle Bond Greninja. Don't see that too often. What in the world is going on? So now we get Carbink. And that's why I thought you just do the switch anyways, but maybe you can't because it's only a level 5? It's a low level Carbink, I wasn't paying attention. Level 10, okay, my bad. It's a level 10 Carbink for that Trick Room skill swap into Shedinja. And I guess you have to have a level 20 Shedinja, that way you can get the Nincada to evolve into Ninjask. It's not like a level 1 Shedinja can exist. So this is the lowest possible level Shedinja, and you're running Sturdy just to be a jerk. So Toxic lands onto the Zapdos. That's going to be Aerial Ace. Hey, Sturdy's going to activate. And thus, the rest of this game plays out just like that. So that's going to be stuff. Carbink with the Stealth Rock. Might as well just kind of chip away your opponent if you're going to Toxic them down into Oblivion. And then Shedinja has Spite as well. That's new. That tech gets interesting, because I guess if you're trying to PP stall the opponent with an unkillable Pokemon, Spite would be the way to do it. And that's a Z move. Okay, so Z move Battle Bond Greninja, you can't break through the Sturdy like that. It just doesn't work. Hydro Vortex. Well, cool. Shedinja's going to take the hit, but Sturdy's going to activate, and yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? How do you respond to that? How do you commentary over this? Either way, we're going to be here for quite a few turns, because we have to wait for the poison to tick down. But oh, never mind. Pikachu's going to come in, and I feel like that's an Endeavor Pikachu event, and it might have the Feint if it's level 22. I think that's what it can do, right? Because it's better than the Quick Attack, I think. I don't know. There's so many little technical things that are happening in this battle that it's just too hard to keep track of. So that's going to be Zapdos with the Thunder. No Lightning Rod on the Pikachu, which I think means that's the Endeavor event or something. Greninja comes in with the Night Slash. Pikachu's going to take that Night Slash and just straight up die, though. So that's a little unfortunate. No Fear Chew today. But who needs Fear Chew when you have the unkillable Shedinja? Now, it does have Focus Sash, so it's still susceptible to status and anything like that. But if status isn't on the opponent's team, they just lose. And that's the fun thing about Shedinja. That Shedinja's a magical Pokemon because technically you can win the battle before your opponent has even thrown out their Pokeball. Once they lock in their Pokemon, they don't have anything that can KO Shedinja. You win. They lose. GG, just like that. Now, while it isn't common, it's definitely a possibility, and you can do other things on the Shedinja to limit that. That if you have Soak on Shedinja, well, that's going to reduce the amount of moves that can KO it. If you have any kind of way of keeping it safe, like statusing it. Wait, it's paralyzed. When did oh, crap, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Shedinja's kind of invincible at this point, because I guess Pikachu came in, used Thunder Wave on Shedinja instead of doing things to the opponent. So Pikachu is actually a really strong Pokemon in this situation. it can Thunder Wave, and if it manages to survive, then it can go for the Endeavor, and somehow if it manages to survive that, it can still use, like, Feint and stuff to KO the opponent. So that's interesting. That kind of adds something. Yeah, and then you can do things to kind of mitigate your opponent having any opportunity for counterplay, such as statusing your Shedinja with a Thunder Wave. That way it can't go down to other status, giving it safety goggles. Our Shedinja doesn't have that because we already saw the Focus Sash for the survival. That is one thing that you can do. So pretty much, if you can just make it to where your opponent has less potential for counterplay on the Shedinja, you win. I don't know why the opponent keeps trying, but you win. I don't know why the opponent hasn't forfeited yet, but you win. And it looks like we're going to be here for a couple more turns. I'm actually going to skip ahead to, like, because we know the game's done. We know that the game is done. So I'm going to skip ahead to turn 12 right now. And that'll be it. And it's just a Dragonite. So, yeah, this is to be expected. Once all the Toxic ticks down the opponents finally, then that's how you get into this point. Now we're at Dragonite. So actually this game kind of ending sooner than I expected. Because when you're just relying on Toxic, I thought it was going to be more than 13 turns. But hey, it's a 13-turn battle. And that's going to be the GG right there. Dragonite cannot survive. Shedinja gets paralyzed by its own, like, status. But that if it's keeping you alive, then I think that it's okay. And when you break it down, not everyone is going to run the immediate status into the Shedinja if they have it readily available. And then also not everyone is going to be running some kind of weather, so Shedinja can do this just fine, and that is going to be it. Oh, and if you guys were curious of the moveset items and EVs of this team, here it is right here. So my team, level 20 Shedinja, Focus Sash, Spite, Protect, Shadow Sneak, Toxic, level 45 Cofagrigus, level 10 Carbink, only no skill swap and Stealth Rock, because if you win a Nationals or Regionals or something, you get that team list posted, it gets absolutely hilarious. And then we have Pikachu. Wow, I will be honest, I didn't even read this list, so there's no Endeavor, no Funny Business, just Thunder Wave, and Volt Tackle, and Tail Whip. So, interesting Pikachu overall. 0 EVs in all Mons, since none were needed. And what else do you need to know about it? So let's get right into this battle. And to be honest, I'm mostly, like, just tired because Splatoon 2, and fun stuff like that. But we'll see how this battle ends up playing out. Because I like the strat, you know. I don't know what I'm going to say. Like, I think level 20 Endeavor Carbink kind of catches the imagination. But at the same time, it could be like 0 EV team sweeps hacking legendary Pokemon. Done. And this is why I call out Johnny Canal, because this is a problem. This is what that has created. Just saying. So, Shadow Sneak into the Mummy, like, it's crazy. I still look at that, I'm like, wow, that's actually a possibility. You can do that. And I guess since you can do the sturdy things, it makes sense. But it definitely helps. And also when you remove Wonder Guard, it doesn't matter. So, as long as Shedinja doesn't get double tagged, you're going to be fine. And then Cofagrigus gets the Trick Room. Can't protect it, though. You cannot protect in this situation, so that's where things kind of get sketchy. I wonder if it's the immediate switch into the Carbink, or if you just wait for the opponent to blow up the Cofagrigus. Shedinja will protect this turn. Well, I mean, you can protect, it just depends on where the Shadow Force is going. If Shadow Force is going for the Shedinja anyways, it's not going to matter. But I guess, like, you know, Darkrai's move will miss. So, Giratina Shadow Force. Shadow Force will go onto the Cofagrigus, and Cofagrigus gets one shot because it's level 45. I don't know why that exact level. I think my theory about barely just enough damage, maybe, but also being able to survive, kind of strong at this point. And Darkrai's Dark Pulse will be protected. And now the Sturdy happens. What can you do to stop this? You're just sturdy, and then GG right there. Then we go for the Toxic Stall, as we have already seen. It's just filthy. I mean, just the boldness. 0 EVs, doing exactly what you need to do, only using that Toxic for the status. True that Taunt could shut you down, but I mean, you could eventually find a way through it. It's like, everything has a counter, true. But that doesn't mean there's no reason to not run it, just because it has a counter or two. That, again, it's all about playing that Shedinja exploit. Your opponent becomes completely helpless, and then they can't do anything, and then you endure the hit, and you win forever. I love this setup. There's a lot of complicated ways of doing the sturdy setup with the Shedinja, but this one's kind of cool. This one's definitely different, and just Mummy Trick Room, GG. So Shedinja now has Toxic successfully on both opponents' Pokemon, and that's where we see the Pikachu. So Pikachu, as a level 22, Because why not? Just random Pokemon with random levels, looking like a noob, but doing the just ferocious things to the opponent. So Giratina will do that. Dark Pulse will go on to Shedinja. The opponent's just throwing damage down. It's not working. Like, I want to know. I really want to know what the opponent's thinking. I want to know what is in someone's head when they see the Sturdy Shedinja and they keep throwing damage at it. And they don't forfeit when they're at, like, full poison and stuff. So Shadow Sneak will do about 3 damage, if that, to the Darkrai. Oh! That's adorable. We got the Pikachu Z move, because why not? And I guess it helps with, like, the Volt Tackle Z move to do more damage, but you're only level 22, so what's the point? Just throw Pikachu out there. Catastropika, let's go. I actually have not seen Catastropika yet, in at least English or outside of a Pokemon reveal trailer. Look at all that damage. Man, that's just insulting your opponent. Like, I gotta give respect at setting up this strategy, but at the same time, that's just BM. Why are you throwing down the manners right there? And since we kind of know what's going to happen for the next couple of turns, I'm going to talk for a bit about League of Legends casters, because I noticed they started using manners instead of BM, because BM kind of has like some toilet humor about it that could make it seem a little unprofessional, but at the same time, it is the BM. It's the bad manners. Like, and then like for a long time, I think it was like around season 2, season 3, they were using BM in casting, and then I just noticed that they stopped doing it when like League of Legends started taking themselves seriously. So I just called it the manners. That whenever someone was like using bad manners or BMing, it was just the manners of this man or something like that. Like when they did like the Team Fire and Ice, and yeah, we know what's going to happen. Pikachu's level 22 going against legendaries. It's going to die at some point. But both opponents are toxic and getting like PP stall smite, so it doesn't matter if Shedinja goes to sleep. It doesn't matter if it eats damage. The only hope the opponent has right now is putting weather down onto it, or doing something really weird like confusion. Like, there's very limited options at this point for the Shedinja going down, so I'm just going to do story time, because we all know what happens. We all know the end to this story as well. So yeah, I think it was like when you could spam the emotes of your team or something, or at least like at Worlds as well, when it's like CLG group spam for the team logo, team icon emote. So it was just like the manners. Or when something disrespectful happens in lane, the disrespect, also the manners, because BM, people can't say that apparently, because League of Legends takes themselves seriously. Also, I heard that Blizzard casters, that if they were like for all the like Overwatch Cups and all the Overwatch Opens and the casting in Korea, that you would get fired on the spot if you referred to Winston as Harambe. They don't want the memes, apparently. Like that, I understand that it's like a dry joke and the Harambe meme has been played out, but getting fired as a caster for calling Winston Harambe, I think that's a little brutal, but at the same time, it would kind of piss me off if the casters weren't taking the game seriously enough to do that. But I don't see anything inherently wrong enough to do that. And Shiny Rayquaza, yay, the opponent's hacking. Oh boy. And that's kind of it. Because we got this. Now that's going to be the Mega Rayquaza, but it doesn't matter, like, why hasn't the opponent forfeited? It was wasting our time at this point. I'm gonna skip ahead and wait till that last turn. Alright, so Shedinja comes in, Shadow Sneak on the Rayquaza, skipped ahead to turn 11 of 12. So we're just kind of seeing what's happening. Aromatherapy Xerneas. Why? Why would you do that? Well, I mean, that's why we have Spite. So if we want to use Spite, we can PP stall, and these problems don't matter anymore. Using Shadow Sneak for a little bit of damage kind of works. Eventually you can PP. Oh yeah, you just Spite the Aromatherapy. GG, end it just like that, and then you can get your Toxic down. Either way, opponent forfeits, battle's done, and my voice hurts. Thank you guys for watching Fan Fridays this week. Splatoon 2 streams coming up, so yeah, please follow me on Twitch if you want to get all that hype. We got some Pokemon news today as well. I am completely exhausted, but thank you guys for watching Fan Fridays. Hope you guys have a great day, have a great week, have a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching.